Enjoyable loading screen. I actually don't remember where we got to in the story quest. I remember exploring a lot of the area, covering that area, or covering it. There was the weird invisible walls. Don't know why they've made a return. What else was there? Not 100% sure. Oh wait, we needed to go back a different day. That was the thing. Well, anyway, I'm sure. Do daily quests and then I'll figure it out slowly. Otherwise, I'm going to grab a drink, so, you know. Enjoy the symbols. So if I'm a bit slower, this is oddly fast. Anyway. Do the sync check. Like... Alright, well that seems to go fine. I'm just going to do it one more time, because I now just doubled out myself. Well, I was downstairs, so I got a drink. I got a drink. Also found some Kinder Bueno, so I've also got some of that. Nice little treat. Actually, one of these times I'll just pay attention to what it's doing. Right. Press that. Do that. Right, okay, it's fine. So. Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, right, yeah, that was a web event, which I think I may have come across this one when a different one expired, or I got an email about this one. Can't remember which. Oh, we haven't done the I need to do these. What do they matter today, the quests? So, oh, it's in sumeru. That might not be great. Okay, it's in this part of sumeru, so it should be fine. Yeah, it's quite a big quest to be fair. What's going on today? Mm-hmm. Wait, are we cleaning up the place? I wonder. Oh, there's wonders there. Wait, there's another one? There you go. And not talk about the patient, we're just going to talk to this person, you know. Get the payment and leave. NHL Towers, mushroom knocking. Sure. Wait, where's the other one? Unless the one that's standing on count. Oh no, it's right there. Wait, you didn't?
With the wind!
Let's just do it the easy way.
Wind blade! Time for retribution!
I'll protect us. Go, Barber, go!
Wind blade!
Now we just get a lovely leisurely time to destroy these towers. I was ready, it's taking a lot longer than I thought. Did my flame effect not apply? Anyway, I will save that for last. I have no idea what that is.
Frozen.
Now it's these ones.
This?
The ones I hate doing.
This should be fun. Freshness preserved. Frozen. It isn't time for a break yet.
I will end you. Almost.
Not breaking a sweat.
Disappear!
Let the show begin. La, 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 la.
No slacking off.
Windblade!
This is why these things are a bloody nightmare.
Let's end this quickly! Time for retribution! Pay for that!
Let's dance. Oh, hi. Oh. Write this on for size.
Bring it as well.
End this quick!
Okay, I'm sorting this time out at this point. Where is the nearest statue? Well, I'll try again. Just need to remember to focus the hydro one so that the rest won't get healed.
Frozen.
That's not the right one. That one is.
No excuse for sagging. No slacking off.
I would end here.
Right, that'll deal with that nicely.
Let the show begin.
You're not going anywhere.
Let's end this quickly!
No problem.
Windblade!
This because I know where I belong. Right, just one more to deal with.
Verdict is...
Actually, maybe this wasn't a great idea. I'm kind of making my own minefield.
Let's end this quickly! I slipped up.
Let's dance.
Windblade!
Oh yeah, health bar's there. Okay. Oh, wait, where'd your health bar go? Oh. Money. Where was that last one? So it's down here. What? That's right. I'd never gone. Mushroom knocking. Complete the mushroom knocking. Oh, is it this? Hit. Oh. Wait, what do the mushrooms look like? Is it this? Oh, okay, the mushrooms are the big ones. So what's that doing over oh, is this a withering zone? Yes, yes it is. Yeah, as much as I'd love to deal with this right now, I'm just gonna leave it as a job for later me. How's reputation going? Quest there, bit of world exploration there. Reputation level 2. Got some furniture. What else is oh right. Where is that in there? Okay, let's just teleport here. Saves walking steps. Wait, what? You were actually saying things? Cool.
Ad Astra
I'm
Abyssum.
not doing that anytime soon.
Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward. Ad Astra.
See, any more characters like Shinobu for the other reasons. You're getting that bonus, it's so good. Okay, this is the quest we're doing currently. We may run into that one during, however, which would be a bit inconvenient, but... oh, right, before we continue that quest, let's just get this done and out the way with. Before I forget entirely. Because that seems to be happening a bit so far. Cool, I'm definitely going to read that.
Judgment is upon you. You stand condemned.
What on earth was that?
Your penance is
I mean, there's big numbers. I don't know why big numbers, but big numbers.
guilty. Your sins weigh upon your soul. Your penance is due.
That was fun. Wish more fights were like that. Oh yeah, I pressed continue. Whoops. Wait, is Fenty in rotation? Must be.
Think you can get away?
Ah, that's what that one does.
Brace yourselves.
Oh, that's good.
Time for takeoff.
There we go. put it into one nice organised pile.
Let's play. Think you can get away?
This is what I like. Just sit back, relax. Watch the enemies just become a ball. I don't even read who this next one was, to be fair. Whoops. No. Maybe you. Oh, Candace. Okay.
Too easy.
Alright. Okay, for this one I'm actually going to do some reading. Oh, they're all 8. That's interesting. Normal attack, charged attack. Rushes forward with her. So tapping it, rushes forward with the shield, dealing hydro damage to opponents in front of her. Raises her shield to block incoming attacks from nearby opponents, forming a barrier that absorbs damage based on her max HP and absorbs hydro damage 250% more effectively. This barrier lasts until the elemental skill is unleashed. After holding for a certain period of time, Candace will finish charging, and when the skill button is released, the skill duration expires, or when the barrier is broken, she'll perform a leaping strike that deals hydro damage to opponents in front of her. That is a really long-winded explanation. Raising her weapon on high, Candace calls upon the divine blessing that deals hydro damage based on her max HP, and continuously confers the prayer of the Crimson Crown on your active character. The prayer of the Crimson Crown. Deals increased elemental damage with normal attacks. Takes the field, they unleash a rippling wave of water that deals hydro damage. Sword, Claymore, and pole unwielding characters under this effect obtain hydro infusion. Not archers though, which is interesting. Well, she actually tastes quite slow, to be fair.
Impressive.
If what I'm used to with these characters.
You're exposed.
Okay, let's see what this is done. So if I switch characters, oh, it does do that. See there, 3 damage. Oh.
Hear my prayer.
No, that's rude.
Do your worst.
What can I do? I don't think I could fall. Whoops. Right, try again.
Too easy.
Not quite time to give me a quest game.
Grant us your blessing. You're exposed.
I just realised that this doesn't include catalyst users. Oh no. I did it again. I didn't even realise what I was doing. That's fourth time's the third time's the charm.
Pin them down.
Let's not make it a fourth.
Too easy. Grant us your blessing. Do your worst. We shall prevail. Flee. Pin them down. Do your worst.
Right, gotta be careful this time. Right, let's just move away from the angry thing.
You're exposed. Too easy.
Oh, it's actually more. Okay, this is the last. I wonder.
Let's spark things up a little.
You're exposed.
Oh yeah, it does about what you'd expect. Just also add a bit of that, add a bit of that. Throw in some of this, why not? Oh, there we go. Right in the middle. Oh, no.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Oh, this actually does a lot of damage when combined with things. Wait, you know. Wait, there's more?
We shall prevail.
This moment will be frozen.
Just like we rehearsed.
There we go. Oh wow, OBS is not happy. Give me a second. Is it gonna calm down? No, it does not want to have any of it. You know, forgetting that your Ethernet cable doesn't have a lock on it because you broke it because it wouldn't lock in the first place ain't such a great idea. Turns out it's very easy to pull out. Oh, OBS, don't tell me you've done this again. Oh, you have as well. Has it done this again? So, does anything work? And the bitrate is now unstable again. Okay, you know what? Just save me some side. I might as well I'm gonna have to restart this, aren't I? No, the question is there any improvement or is it literally just the same? It seems exactly the same. Yeah, but now it actually should be audio. There is. Why on earth when it reconnects it doesn't actually fix its own audio is beyond me. Whatever, it's just... sometimes. What were we even doing? Oh, right. Test room. Shinobu and Sai. Yes, this is Shinobu, okay. But I got the wrong permanently. Wait a second.
Our bond is strong.
Can you kick me off the edge?
Stand with me. I'll settle this.
This is very much a click and stuff happens, I think.
I'll settle this. This way. Looking for a fight? Out of my way!
Let's just press every button now.
Don't get frostbite.
There we go. Right, one more. Then we can get back to something. Meet up at a restaurant place, I think. Or an inn, one of the two. This really is just one of the strangest things to do. Like, no, I'm a ball.
And away I go! Come on out!
Oh, you got a friend. I don't know how I managed to forget, but yeah, she's a claymore user. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Little characters using claymores, which get shrunk. But at that point, is it still a claymore or is it just a sword?
And away I go! You're toast! Come on out!
Wait, what? I did that much damage, okay. Well, that's all the trial runs done for this version. Event. Anna's. That's the one. Okay, let's just grab all of this. Okay, what do we do now? The missing village keepers. Talk to Dea.
Hey, Dia!
Oh,
Right on
Dea,
time.
not the two. Did we learn anything with the criminals?
We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering.
Seems a bit foreboding.
You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of
Might
responsibility.
have Paimon learned that?
Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes.
So where's now Hatham?
I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh,
Oh, you mean you taught Candace
Jolly
some
can, I'm
more
assuming.
persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
What's behind door number 1? Well, the village chief's house. Actually, wait, is he even okay with this?
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do?
Please, don't beat us anymore.
Oh wait, they
We're gonna die.
Well, looks
Okay,
like
let's
Sino
have
taught
it.
her well.
yeah. Guess the besties now.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may both be
This
desert
is fun to
dwellers,
watch.
but there is one thing that I understand better than you.
See, I don't understand why is it always
The
have this
resurrection
like
of the Scarlet King will only
correction or
result in
whatever
war,
on the Scarlet
and
King.
war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry.
Are you though?
I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
Nah.
I'm
Sounds more fun to know.
listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about the Scarlet King's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives,
Sorry, I didn't
and we
work my
can
head
get
with
anything
that.
we wish for.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
Uh-huh. Are they in the giant pyramid?
I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
Strike 2.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Wait, what are we doing? You have any idea who that mysterious person
You
might
have to
be?
believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet King's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
See, the thing I don't understand about this picture, that Alhaitham was here the first time, and he's not been here since. He's just gone poof.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
What just happened?
Smooth.
Oh.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the academia.
Probably is.
Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the Academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
You know, their own inconvenience, why not?
Academia again.
Bataria also mentioned King Deshret's resurrection is just the Academia's misinformation campaign.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
The powers they possess?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the Academia.
That's Nahida.
A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars.
Controllable army?
Regardless,
Seems a bit far-fetched.
our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
So what we do? We're doing something apparently. There's our Latham.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa!
Oh, he's got a book.
Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages, and now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway?
Wait, what's the other guy called?
Hey, what's with the silence?
Oh, the story quest.
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Wow.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Sure.
Never mind. Paimon's got nothing. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you
Yeah,
plan
your
to
words,
leave
not
our
mine.
village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the
So any of the
step
person's name
elsewhere.
start with a D? Dainsliff? Was that his name? It rings a bell. Yeah, both very secretive type.
Enough with the silent treatment!
Maybe give us time to think.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Who?
All Hatham. You haven't helped us out
Oh.
at all ever since we arrived at Aru village. Bold of you to question our choices.
True.
Yeah, you're all talk.
Speaking those facts.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which
Yeah,
I've
what
now
was that?
finished.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts.
Wow. How
Not
nice
to
of
mention
you.
that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What's
What
it
does
supposed to
that
mean?
mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru village feel about what we're doing?
What, you mean try to save the village keepers?
In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
I mean,
Hiding the
guess
truth
lies.
does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether the Scarlet King or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village.
Saying we can find new info for someone we've already spoken to.
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the Radicals' next target.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it!
Oh, here we go. Got a bit of questioning. Okay.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler?
Sure.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better?
Sure. Sounds a bit like a bit more mean. So why is this thing just floating? I'm guessing the thing hasn't rendered in the bottom of it. Oh well.
Why's that?
Only result in conflict.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace
As the
says.
current
I
academia
know
is
you
doing.
two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
How to pose nope. Can't promise, but I'll do my best.
Yeah,
Sure.
we came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
Still hard to believe this is sumeru. It's just full of sand.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Hatham told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King.
Oh, I see.
I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the Radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
But see, you already know, and you'll bring it to...
I'll tell you what I told Al-Haytham.
I mean, I guess you're keeping the secret, so good on you.
I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
That's...
There are ghosts?
spooky.
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
You make out where they're coming from?
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
Hospital?
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Wait. What? Yeah, we're going there straight away.
Let's go!
Find out there is some really weird experiment on the scholars. Oh, it's this place that I ran into. Yeah. I wonder if they're still dead. Probably not. Oh yeah, they're all back.
Is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere.
Empty and forgotten. An ideal place to hide people.
Okay, being a mess, it's abandoned. Sand everywhere, it's a desert. Also, deserts have sand in.
Monsters! Watch out!
With the wind! Time for retribution!
Sure. Oh wait, this door's locked before. Why don't you tell us how to unlock it? Also, how exactly do you go about treating Elazar? That part I really don't understand. I guess just do what Tenari does for college, just, you know, keep it in check. Yeah, back to full health. Oh, no, come on, man. That's fine.
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected.
What are you expecting?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, you know, something like that.
No, you said that's right, that will actually happen.
He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one.
How can you open that?
Let's go in and take a look.
You carefully search the abandoned hospital.
Hey, Ohitham, we haven't found Squat. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
You say this place is haunted.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What
He
are you
didn't?
reading? Let Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
So...
What?
You got that?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya! How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
Wouldn't kill you to read a book once in a while either. Maybe it's pressure means to become learned. Yeah, just read a book once in a while.
Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. Paimon knows plenty of useful stuff already. And anyway, it's not
Good chance.
Paimon's fault that the books people
Heard
read
you
in
do
Sumeru
know a
are so
lot. Don't know
complicated.
how. Okay, you're the best, sure. Oh, I thought the tree went purple.
Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Well, that's not concerning in the slightest.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
I know it's...
It's from below.
I know it's what's happening. Why is that be spooky?
Get down there.
How about we just don't,
Something
you know?
is off about the interior here.
I mean the hatch.
As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here.
But for
Let's keep
what?
exploring.
Oh, we're going to a domain. That's rude. Anyway, checking ward. Oh, while we're here, let's just collect everything. Where was the chest? That's what I want to know. Oh wait, no, it wasn't. Yeah, it wouldn't be a chest. It'd be that thing unlocking. Well, we've done. Oh, that's a hole. Is there a whispering sound? What is that? The wind or is it whispering? I cannot tell. Heard another one over there. We have another one up there. That one's also locked. I mean, is there something up here? No. Do we have to go over to one of the occupied areas? What was that? But were there just snakes here? Yeah, you know, they can keep it. Don't need it.
Like lamb to the slaughter.
Is there anything else around here? What are you doing? How are you up there? I know I put you up there, but still. Okay, this seems a bit more bullying if you're doing it like that, but... When did they deserve it? Maybe. Do we have... Missing two, and it's these two that are locked. Wait, there's enemies here now? What? Since when? This thing's really tough. There we go. What? Why the reinforcements? There we go. Oh, I don't want this time as well. Okay, let's just wait for Diddly to heal up a bit. Bit more would be nice. Maybe a bit more. Wonderful. Okay. Next pillar. Right, so is this where we spawn things? Oh, it is. Oh. Maybe she didn't spawn things now. Okay, it's just okay, it's fine. Go to the lower level of the hospital. Wait, what? Okay, I have a lot of keys. I'm sure one of them will fit. No, do I not get it that easy? But I would actually have to find this weird key. Unless, of course, that's part of the quest. Emergency notice. Patient Abbas, male, 23 years old, mole on the left side of forehead and left-handed. While his condition remains very serious, survival will be difficult without professional medical care. The patient's survivability, once found, immediately inform. Don't give up, stay positive. All beings are under the watchful eye of the divine, so don't ever give up hope. Rest document has been rendered unreadable by weathering. What the hell is going on here? This week's meals. Keep a balanced diet, rest regularly, and maintain a good mood. Monday, minty bean soup, tagine, curry shrimp, panipuri. Tuesday, salad, biryani, fish with cream sauce, potato boat, shakshuka, bean cake. Remaining sessions are blank. Okay. So this is just a weird hospital. This week's shifts. In case of emergency, contact the physician on duty immediately. Monday, Abraham. Tuesday, a white box. Wednesday, Maddie. The remaining sessions are blank. Well, the second one wasn't blank. Someone's been doing some colouring in. Old vase. There seems to be a dark remains of a stem inside the vase. It was probably used to hold flowers. The word for Avin at the bottom of the bottle seems to be a gift to someone named Avin. Oh, this place is weird.
Look! There's someone over there!
Okay, one of the scholars is here, but why?
Good idea! Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused.
Sounds like a zombie.
But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the Academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life.
That's concerning.
Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away.
Maybe a divine knowledge
reason,
capsule or something like
they left
that?
Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him.
Oh, that
There are
makes
drag
sense.
marks on the ground. They're clearer by
That's
the
lovely.
doorway.
They really treated them with a lot of
Someone was
respect then.
forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time
I
at Port
mean the
Ormos.
knowledge capsule.
Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
I mean, yeah, but...
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The Academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the Academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the Academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the Academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers.
What do they get
Life
out
for
of
the
that?
desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru Village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity.
What's
First,
Nihida?
they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
What's that supposed to mean?
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource?
What, like without
What exactly?
with the dream thing?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible.
How
Perhaps
dangerous
the
is that,
process
though?
caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Hyman doesn't want to think about this.
And how do you know
I'm the
that?
Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Hyman's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
Most guys when they contact with the divine consciousness in the forest, that's why it's safe to assume that this knowledge has something to do with the Fatui, the doctor, also the balladeer. Using divine knowledge captured to turn the balladeer into a god.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
Academia needs people who have exposed to the divine
That's
consciousness.
right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The Academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge, but what is their ultimate goal?
Make it a
I've
god.
spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the Academia may as well shut its doors.
Well, Academia and
Sounds like you're
Fatui
really
at this point, they're
against
very
all this.
similar.
Of course. The Academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether
And
it
what
be
are they?
academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Yeah.
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The Divine Knowledge Capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
That he rejects the notion of a greater moral responsibility, justifies the actions because they are true to his personal beliefs. Someone like him might actually make for a better ally.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
Yeah, what do we do with him?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
Right, so we have... Is that a key? It's a key. Right. What's in that drawer? Oh, actually, hold on. Dusty tableware. There's a name inscribed in the bowl. Hakeem. And what's this last one? Or two even. Dusty tableware. There's a name inscribed in this bowl. Avin. Blackened sugar bowl. If there weren't crooked carvings of Arabaz, Abbas, and sugar jar on them, it would be difficult to imagine that this dirty clay jar was ever used to store sugar. Right. I think we've gone through everything down here. Just, wait, is that? Okay, no, it's fine. Okay, let's go back. What's in this drawer? How wonders what sort of treasure we'll find here. The shelves are full of thin books. You browse through them and find that they seem to be hospital documents such as medical records or financial statements. You shut the door in disappointment. Apparently there'll be much more special treasure inside. Even if the wooden barrels and crates you find on our adventures are much better than this. At least those had carriages of fowl inside. Eh? What's this? It's like a float from over there. Here even. Let's see. Maybe it'll lead us to treasure. Oh my god. Medical records. Patient name, Abbas, gender, male, occupation, farmer. Basic status, admission. Scabby skin at limb, extremities, multiple ulcers on the back, chest, and other bodily surfaces, weakness of limbs and poor mobility observed. Mental faculties are coherent, though there are clear signs of fatigue, poor sleep quality, and poor appetite. Doctor in charge, Amity. Week 1 of hospitalization. New scabs at limb, extremities, and enlarged ulcers. The left arm seems unusable and is in pain. Mental faculties are coherent, though there are clear signs of fatigue, poor sleep quality, and poor appetite. Doctor in charge, Amity. Does get a bit repetitive, but sure. Week 3 of hospitalization. The scabs are scale-like and have spread across the surface of the body. There is necrosis in multiple ulcers. The patient has fallen into a coma. Doctor in charge, Amity. Week 9 of hospitalization. The necrosis of the ulcers has been effectively kept under control, and no new scabs have appeared on the surface of the body. The patient is in a comatose state. Doctor in charge, redacted. Week 15 of hospitalization. The wound from the replacement treatment has not healed, even after a long time. No new scabs have appeared on the surface of the body. There is weakness in the limbs, and the patient cannot grasp items on their own. The patient is also experiencing fever and vomiting. Mental faculties are coherent though fatigued, poor sleep, and unable to eat. Doctor in charge, redacted. Week 21 of hospitalization. We started to manage to keep the scabs on the body surface under control, and the new limb's function has been restored. The patient is experiencing chronic coughing and is prone to fainting. Mental faculties are coherent and in a good state. Sleep quality and appetite are decent. Doctor in charge redacted. This seems a bit... What were they doing? What does the other document say? There's another document. Oh, Jesus Christ. Diagnostic report. Treatment subject, MS, gender male, occupation farmer. Doctor in charge, redacted. Status. After 20 weeks of treatment, Specimen 4's new skin and new left arm have recovered well. No changes in appetite or sleep. Mental state fluctuates beyond normal range. There have been multiple attempts to leave the care area. God's voice guides me is cited as motivation, and the specimen is believed to have delusional tendencies. Additionally, the God's voice described in the confession is possibly related to the resonant quake phenomenon present in the internal topographic structure of the dunes. This should be investigated to rule out ungovernable input from interference. Increased supervision. Why is so much redacted in this? Treatment protocol. The second phase of the trial is beginning to see results. The next phase, objective, Specimen 4's organs. Following extensive examination, sample 3 is the best material for the third phase of the trial. Before the implementation of is required, continuous vomiting in skin is a normal occurrence. Must be prepared beforehand for Specimen 4 to maintain the circulation of. After completion of the basic operation, observe the subject for 1 week. If no psychological activity is observed in the organs, physiological activity even, the rate of deterioration on surface scans is reduced and lymph function is restored. The next phase of the trial can commence. Physician's notes. All specimens have one thing in common. Body elemental quantities were at abnormally high levels and were positively correlated with the severity of the disease. After the experiment, body elemental quantities were reduced, and samples self-reported a reduction in symptoms. It is reasonable to hypothesize that there is a causal relationship between elemental quantities and LSR. More controlled trials should be conducted to exclude the redundant variables. Note: the emergent process of elemental quantities in humans may be dynamically sustained. After the completion of early experiments, within a short period of time, Specimen 1's physical indicators trended to the norm. In later stages, due to not being complete, the quantity of elements in the sample bodies rebounded, and symptoms increased, leading to Specimen 1 could not be recycled from materials. I'm sorry, what? Information obtained. Preparations must be made for long-term trials. Cannot be stopped before the specimen's symptoms have stabilized. Due to the nature of the trial, there must be a method to stabilize the sample's moods. Removal of may be attempted. Following the new method, the material rejection rate has been significantly reduced. Specimens 2 and 3 developed mental instability due to associative connections to fundamental inequalities of, and tended to attribute the disease to unverifiable divine punishment, consequently considering it blasphemy to accept as treatment. It is a very interesting thought. Exploring neurostimulation and the resulting cognitive shifts could be a future research topic. Due to the above uncontrollable variables, they halted at stage 2, a shame. However, the materials provided by these two samples were the best quality materials so far. It is reasonable to believe that the perfect performance of Specimen 4 is related to the material quality provided by these two samples. Ultimately, once the 3-stage experiment was completed, Specimen 4's symptoms disappear completely, proving that it is possible to use to control the elemental content of a person's body without relying on elemental power. There is potential for weaponization. Discussions of research on have to be increased in the future. Humans have unlimited potential. It may be foolish for me as a researcher to write this, but with a good enough input I might be able to reach the level of a god, or so people might call it. This kind of sounds like the research they would have used on the Balladeer. It was probably Blizzard, to be honest. You understood it? Paimon only got the bit of that goes, God's voice guides me. But unique voice guiding us here? Could be underground water for a creature activity. Yeah, who knows? Maybe some underground ruins. There's some very sound. Look closer, we hear something. Because that sounds very similar to the type of research they would have to use in the Balladeer to make him into a god. Very interesting. I guess it's probably archived in the academia somewhere, that's why they know it.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Complicated.
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
Deliver on what you saw in the abandoned hospital and share your current theory.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Yeah.
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What do you mean?
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The Academia has been watching you longer than you think.
Welp.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the Academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame
It's
yourself.
fine.
It's not like any of us would have known.
Yeah, like, I mean, it would happen.
I have an
anyway.
idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now.
What?
If the Academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
One step behind. What's that supposed to
Yep,
mean?
that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
No.
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
How
I
is
want
that
to find
supposed to
Grandpa.
work?
I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Oh, dear.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Thanks.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you! Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though.
I wonder who walked out very recently. Was I meant to leave? Apparently so. Okay, where is Sino going? To the border. Okay, I'll just walk there. Yeah, the village is actually really hard to navigate, to be fair. Because it's not quite normal. Anyway, here we are.
So, where do we go from here?
You remember the route?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
Are we going to the pyramid yet?
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
It looks the...
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert. But I was the one who brought him back.
How can you know the desert? It's the same looking place
There's something
everywhere.
here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work.
You realize you're flying?
Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there looks like it's buried really deep.
Let's map you managed to retrieve the buried objects.
These are likely fragments of an Academia-developed device, something akin to a headset. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things nearby.
So that's what they used to restrict. Everyone goes in different directions and starts digging in the sand. After a short while, you dig up another device nearby.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Hmm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
I just wonder who they are.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
Okay, that is true.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon?
The kid
Is
makes a good
flying over
point.
sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Look, my buddy isn't complaining. Oh, an abandoned something.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Oh, let's hear the details.
You have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Oh no.
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru Village?
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself, I have the means and methods, and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting the Scarlet King. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
So,
Face
what's in the
facts,
boxes?
Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring the Scarlet King back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate has finally dealt me a hand to play against the Academia.
Yeah, sure.
With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samia.
Ridiculous.
There's no saving
Think
some
about
people.
it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevada have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed the Scarlet King. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia?
I'm sure he has
These
experience.
people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage. These scholars were exiled from the academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
Would they though?
Thinking, what if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same
Lack of
applies to the
morals.
academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the academia's way of doing things?
You academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
Yeah,
You
but
know
you
you're
do have a
making
way
a
of making
dangerous
them
decision, right?
work in
I
your
do.
favor.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward.
The
If you're
whole
serious about taking on the academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Um,
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Sure.
mm,
Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
no.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin?
There's a bit of a difference between an arm and fingers, but sure.
You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
I don't like this camera. I also feel like someone's watching. It's like, who's behind the bush?
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through with it.
You don't say.
That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm.
Really? Yeah, please don't do that again.
Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh?
That's...
Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Okay.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself?
Yeah, that's just, you know, how he works.
Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
Right, we're up to following morning 6-ish. Oh, you're joking. Can I not? There we go. That was quick. Gather at the entrance to the village. You haven't been like that far from here yet. When it all kicks off.
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there to bring Grandpa home.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very upset with you.
Fine.
Go to the agreed location. How far is that? Wow, that is incredibly far. Well, at least we have a convenient teleport point to it. This way. Still quite far though. Oh, so everyone's here. Hold on a minute. Oh, give me a minute before I do this deal. I need to go out and handle some business. Oh, don't tell me this is encased. Oh, don't do this. No. Oh, that is evil. Oh, that is so, how do I get... Oh no. Oh, this... Okay. Nope, this is still just kinda... Oh, there's a wall here. Stone wall, another wall. Wait, what? No, that's just a wall. That is not a wall. No reaction. Okay, I'm guessing I need something I do not have at the moment. Yeah, I'm just gonna, let's just like add a marker and we'll go back once we know how that puzzle works. So, what was the deal now that I've been bullied by a puzzle? Wait, oh damn it.
Huh. They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
You didn't have
Is
to.
everything ready?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Only one.
Grandpa! Why is there only one of them?
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a one-for-one exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already a huge compromise on my part. Don't you think you've asked enough?
You stay right there!
What?
Playmate! What do you think you're doing?
Grandpa!
Don't you see this blade here?
You coward! Why are your hands shaking?
Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Grandpa!
The lich just got eaten by the desert.
Paimon's dizzy.
Well, at least the kid's okay, I think. I think his grandpa got to him soon enough. Where is everyone?
This day's going just great.
Yeah, it is really, isn't it?
What a nuisance.
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside the scholar's body.
No doubt about that.
The Dendro Archon. The present one.
Yeah, she's in trouble.
Grandpa! Oh no, he's getting confused again.
Hey, look around you.
Did there used to be a temple here?
What was the glowy thing?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to the Scarlet King's civilization. This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise
Should we
the
really go
Scarlet
opening
King.
some really old
What's he doing here?
temple?
And his men too?
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Most of them seem in really bad shape. Except for him. He got off lightly.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
Please, it's something up on his head.
He's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
As it happens, I want to take a look inside too.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of the Scarlet King's civilization appear. 2 major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be a shame not to witness them both.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being, or creature, you could say. New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here nor there.
Right.
Rahman, what are you gonna do about your men?
Hope you know how to open
I'll
the
just
door.
let them lay here. The Scarlet King will take care of his people. Right now, I'm going inside.
Well, this seems like it could be a massive, massive mistake. I do need to go to bed soon, so I could end it here. I feel that'd be a bit too mean. So let's actually see how you open this door. What's inside? Mysterious ruins. Oh, it's a domain. Okay then. Recommended Pyro, Electro, and Cryo. And a party level of 82, I believe it said. So this seems like the perfectly normal team. Is it a job? Yeah, I've got to get back. This is not going to end well. Let's hope we have a trial.
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension. It looked completely desolate from the outside. Yet, it flows with energy inside.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
Sir Rahman.
Huh? Me?
Do you see another Rahman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you mean, sir?
Interpret it however you want, but there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from the Scarlet King's civilization, the energy that flows in here is that of the Dendro Archon.
Whatever you say. It's not like I have a vision.
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as an academic journey.
It does seem kinda strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore this whole area to find an explanation.
Is it that strange? To find... Okay. Now what's back here? Not a lot. I'm guessing... Okay, I guess that's something... What are these? Ceremonial guide, okay. Look up at the halls of mortal, listen to the king, Deshret's holy guidance. Look up at the hall and listen. Maybe that will just interact with these. What? Okay, it's glowing like that. So what if I make it glowy? That's glowing. That's no longer glowing. Now it's glowing. And now it's glowing as well. Is that actually how that's supposed to be? That doesn't seem right. Sure. Activate elevator. Is this a tomb? Okay, there's a... Oh. Sure. And for the next person. And what's this? Oh, food.
Disappear!
That's not where I want that to go. Yeah, I'm starting to see why they had this at such a high level.
Time for retribution!
Well, that's all that cleared up. Now what's in here? Definitely an interesting place. Oh right, you can't climb in domains.
Windblade!
There we go. Clear that up. Don't have anything there. What's behind this door? Oh. An empty room. Never mind. What is with the... Oh, brilliant. It's a shifting maze. That just straight up vanished. Oh, we made it through, I suppose. And there's still more bloody fungi. Right, let's just finish tidying this area. Right, so what's this? That's for the elevator. Another... I don't know. Paint... Well, not a painting, it's more of just a... picture. Okay, let's go up. Doorway. A lot of things. Which don't seem too happy to see us. Just so I can start building up next to you if I need it. Right, there we go. That's that lot dealt with. Wait, why do we go from here? Mysterious message. After 6 days infiltrate the temple, I finally understand the priest's parlor tricks. The elevator would ascend to the ground, get on top a bit before it starts ascending again to reach the dome. Nonsense like forbidden ground ahead, mortals that shall not pass or whatever are just made up by the priest to hoodwink us. I leave this method here in hopes that people of the king who shall arrive here in the future shall freely enjoy the privilege of witnessing his sacred presence. Wait, so we meant to do... Oh, okay, I see. So once that's gone down... Give it another second. And if we hit this again... And step on it... Ah, I see. It's got red circles. Is that something to worry about? Apparently so, yes. Oh, I forgot how painful these things were. Oh, that's not good. Okay, let's just try to keep this a bit under control. That's one dealt with. Oh, I should stop doing that. I need to recharge. Okay, that's 2 more down. Let's start getting some heals. It's a big ball. It likes to follow me. Okay, back to columns. Turn off. I don't. Is that turning the? No. Wait. What? Oh, I see. So this one just turns it every so often. So I turn that off. Can I do anything to these, or are they just doing their own thing? Okay, they're doing their own thing. What's this one do then? Right, so that turns the middle one. If we hit that... Okay then. Wait. Activate... What? Okay, we're going down. This seems very far down.
Now that's a sight to see. The Scarlet King's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Oh.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of the Scarlet King.
But... that seems a bit... Oh my. Oh. This seems like a very calm, nice place. So it would have been more, sand.
Oh, it looks so beautiful.
Why is there a button there?
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like they're something among them.
A tomb.
Oh, these are Scarlet King runes.
They left something behind. Yes. It's an elegy written in an ancient script.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
You can read ancient Scarlet King script?
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
He's not serious, right?
No, he probably is.
There's still something off about this place. The elemental energy here is too concentrated. The scent of life. Is it trying to tell us something?
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from the Scarlet King's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information over and project it for everyone to see.
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rules?
Yes. However, under the circumstances, I'd prefer you to see this for yourself. You'll understand
Why
after
is it
watching
against-
it.
That's what the terminal is, right? I mean, restricted, of course. Because, you know.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. The Scarlet King brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping the Scarlet King to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
Okay.
The priest's memories.
No, impossible.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So the former Dendro Archon and the Scarlet King were never enemies at all.
But this doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's followers, they're clearly...
Clearly
Was
what?
that the former Dendro Archon? She became so tiny in the end.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata came to the rescue of the king and his people, but eradicating the forbidden knowledge took so much of her power. The two deities' followers have resented each other all this time, completely unaware that their gods stuck by each other through life and death.
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt the Scarlet King's technology. You've just witnessed his priest's last words.
I've never heard about any of this before. The surviving followers of the Scarlet King all gathered in Aru village. Our god did not make mistakes. We refused to believe any of the rumors. The Scarlet King's death, the all but total annihilation of our civilization, it was all Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's doing. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor, who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans, fighting, feuding, double-crossing each other to survive in the desert.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last words with my own eyes, ears, and heart, how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known. Am I really supposed to believe that after all these years, all this time seeking revenge, suddenly now my enemy is my savior?
Well,
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Dia, tell me. My Eremites and I, what are we even fighting for?
Raman takes some time to collect his thoughts while the rest of the party. Raman's reaction is nothing strange to anybody just witnessed.
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. Thanks. I should probably go. Can't just stay here forever.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I feel deeply ashamed of everything I've done. You'll get everything you're asking for. But please, give me some time. After everything that's happened here today, somehow I need to explain it to the others.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with. Dia, this is where our camp's located. Make a note of it.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow. I'll convince everyone that we're all on the same side. And I'll return every last one of your your village keepers.
But how is he going to manage that?
We'll share our other resources with you too.
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy is the sages.
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone. It's the people responsible for all this that need to face the consequences of their actions.
That must have been rough, but he seems to have figured things out now.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no easy feat.
Extreme.
It's too bad he was held back by his belief in the Scarlet King. But now that that's changed, I guess we have a few more people on our side.
And for the better.
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
We should get going too. Let's head back, have a proper meal, and a nice, long sleep. We'll need all our energy tomorrow.
Yeah, what the priest looks very similar to Sino.
We're leaving!
Stop yelling.
I mean, the outfit, not. Okay. Well, as it is getting late, I shall be heading up to bed. So, before I do, let's head back to here. And we'll do the final wishes. Of course, after collecting the achievements. We get to see our bestie, you know. Big eyes, no hit. Or big eye. Oh, OBS is really unstable. Oh, is it? No, it's gone. Coming back. Coming back. Why is it being so just all over the place? Oh, we're stable. Do we have... Okay, it's stable. Right, let's get on with the final stuff then. Before my time, people don't want me to mention his name, nor do they want me to remember his words or deeds. Oh, so that's the redacted things. Find the ancient temple. Understand the past through the final words of the priest. Wow, OBS is not happy. Okay, let's have a quick before OBS actually does one. So... Oh, you get another bonus wish as well. Let's do purchase 2 for now. And we're going to do wishes on... I think we should go for character band to be fair. So, wish number 1. 4-star. Shinobu. Next wish is not anything. Magic guide. Okay, let's purchase one more wish. And what's it gonna be? Anyway, we tried. Though they get the constellation for Shinobu. That was the second one. Huh. Anyway, with that, I shall be just quickly checking. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, with that, I shall be heading off to bed now. So, thank you for tuning in or watching the VOD, whichever you do. Don't know. And yeah, goodbye.